Well, either, otherwise I'd probably rush going.
It is 5 o'clock on Thursday, November 6th. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting in Public Works Committee to order. Item 2.0 is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Move approval.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Who seconded it?
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Item 3.0 is the review and the approval of the meeting minutes from the last meeting, November 6th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? I have a motion by Mr. Newton, a second. Second by Mr. Monroe. Any discussion? With none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting minutes are approved. Item 4.0 is the approval of the claims. Claims total $330,345.86. Pleasure to be with the motion to approve by Mr. Jarvis, second by Mr. Newton.
Yes.
Any discussion?
Yes, I have a couple questions. On page 24, it talked about mobile electronics. Was that those radios that you were talking about?
Probably not. Mobile Electronics is a company out of Forston, right? That does-
Yeah, I think it might have been, it's not, I think it might have been just, fixing a radio that was in a truck, maybe.
Oh,
I'll have to look at it.
okay. Yeah, I mean, that was
Those other radios are rapid radios.
rapid.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
called rapid.
replace the driver's side interceptor.
Okay, so that's a-
light,
That's a,
and replace the jack.
that's a repair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was part of that other discussion.
Yeah, we haven't ordered those yet, I don't believe, I haven't gotten an invoice or anything.
Okay. Paws and Claws Tiffany, was that the
One of the Packers.
the cocker that you had to euthanize?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That was what it, and then I did not understand, on page 31, you talked about labor and equipment, there was this whole list of township names, and I didn't understand that money going out.
We charge the township labor and equipment, like for us to seal coat,
Okay,
and based on the quantity and material is what we charge those certain townships. So it comes out of the township MFT, the township pays us,
that's,
and then we'll deposit it into the highway fund. So they get paid for, it's a way to pay for
so we got
our
that,
time and material.
right, we got all of that money
Correct, yes.
at an earlier date?
No, we get it now, like, we take it out of the township fund, which is 10, which is the township's control. We get that monthly from the
Okay.
allotments from the MFT. And then at the end of the year, we put all the quantities and everything together, and then we take the money out of the township and put it into our funds.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
And the townships choose to have us do their
Correct, yeah,
work,
that's like the
and
county.
they are aware of our labor rates ahead of time, and they
Correct.
sign off on those.
Yeah.
And we have bid quantities at the beginning of the year, and then the actual quantities, the labor, yeah, and they're pretty much in line most of the time, so.
Yeah, and it was just, I thought that might be something like that, I just wanted to make sure I was on the right track in my head.
Yep.
Thank you, that's it.
Anyone else? I have a motion to approve and second, without any discussion, go ahead and vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Plans are approved. 5.0 is public comment. We don't have anyone here tonight. So we'll move on into department reports and animal control.
I gave you a single sheet that wasn't part of the report. That was the breakdowns for, if we were supplying the food for the dogs and cats in labor, how much it would be per dog, per cat, if we had like the maximum 40 cats, 15 dogs, It would be, for dogs, it would cost, if we're feeding them, it would be $3.63 per day, and cats would be $1.36 per day. Like I said, we haven't bought food in probably 15 years, so it's mainly gonna be labor. And like medications and that, a lot of times if they're really sick, they go to the college, so it would be like fuel for us to get them there. They would supply meds and stuff. Otherwise, so this month, November was rough. We had a disease go through our cat population called pan-loop, which is pretty much like the dog parvovirus. It's very contagious. It takes usually the younger kittens that aren't vaccinated. So I think the total we lost 11 kittens and 1 adult cat to it. Knock on some wood, I think we're through it. Everybody's been treated and we haven't lost anybody over a week now. So we are not taking any cats in until the first of the year, and nobody's leaving until the first of the year, just to make sure that we're not sending anything sick. Cause it's so contagious. Like, I was going in for like 2 weeks and I was the one taking care of the cats, gloving up in between cats. The solution has to sit for 5 minutes before you can wipe it down, and it was a lot. Everybody was on meds. These cats hate me because all I was doing for 2 weeks was shoving meds down there. I mean, they hide. It's pretty sad. Like, the one, he has a little cat tree and he sees me coming. He's like, gotta go. And he slides right in there. I'm like, buddy, I like you. I promise. It's not what I want to do.
It's a tough one.
It is. It feels so bad though. So cat intake was 35. 6 of them surrendered. 17 were picked up. City strays are brought in. 5 county strays. 7 were abandoned at our front door in a carrier after we said we were not taking in cats. Somebody dumped a mom and her 6 babies at the front door. Thankfully, the rescue in Dodgeville, I got in touch with them and they were willing to take them. So they were basically not in contact with anybody, so they could go leave right away, and they're doing good. So 11 were transferred to rescue. That includes the 7 that were abandoned. None were adopted. We kind of put a hold on that once we started having them pass away. 8 are on hold, so those are technically will be our adoptable cats. They're just not able to leave right now. 3 are in foster. The 8 that passed away from pan-loop, 4 were young, like 2-week-old kittens that were found without a mom, and they unfortunately either passed away or we ended up putting them down because they were without mom too long. We didn't get them in time. And 1 was reclaimed. Dogs, 10 total, 4 were surrendered, 1 county pickup, and she actually was just transferred to Friends Forever today. 5 city strays, 1 adopted, 4 reclaims, 4 went to rescue, which I believe most of those were Friends Forever, and 1 was adopted this November. We have our 19 cats on hold, unfortunately, and Jessica Jones's 2 dogs. The red highlight is it changed. It was a jury trial set for 12/16, which is next week. Both Dr. Piney and I were served. It's now changed to a bench trial on 1/15. And Andrew Kreis is still going in court. He's got a pre-trial set for 12/18. That's for the pigs running at large. The money wise on the weekly, a little lower than I'd like, but we did have Thanksgiving in there and a lot of vets took 2 days off for that. Otherwise, we hope to get meters on kind of on time. We're still up for the year from what we projected. We actually got what we were supposed to get by the end of the year, over what we're supposed to get in the end of the year. Pickups, I mean, I haven't really picked up a county stray, so it's got reclaimed, so it's kind of like. The one that was the county stray was one that was by, the cheese factory on 20. I think she started in Joe Davis and came over across to, Stephenson. So she was running for 2-3 weeks. Little dog too. I don't know how she managed to not be coyote food. She's a sweetheart. Must have found somewhere to hide for being loose that long. Any questions on that?
I have one.
Yes.
So under donations, you have $2,834.
Yep.
And that's just regular donations, or that includes?
That's Meadows Drives too.
That includes Meadows?
Yep, and then the next page, I don't know, I can't remember if the next page has the total of what we've received so far for Meadows Drive, not including GoFundMe. And that's up to probably the mid-November. Probably don't have the last week of November in there, but that's what we've had so far for Meadows Drive, not including GoFundMe.
How much is in the GoFundMe?
I think it's like 1,000 so far. And then I have, I think, I have a $500 check, and then I think what's yours, 1,000?
Yes.
So I have 1,500 there too that need to be added. And then I know, no, Country Views one I got, and then there should be, I know there's another $1,000 one coming in from GOM, the gun store in Pearl City. They said they're sending a $1,000 one in too. I thought it would be here, but. Is there any different way you want me to do the Meadows Drive or the regular donate? You want me to break it down more? Like have 2 different donation lines?
I guess I was wondering about keeping the Meadows Drive separate,
Yeah,
from just regular.
I mean, I can pretty
regular
much.
donations,
Okay,
so.
most of it's gonna be Meadows Drive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few, like somebody, this week or last week, they accidentally overpaid. It was kind of our fault. I wasn't in the office, and they moved here from Michigan, I think, and the girls gave them 3-year tags. Well, the 2 animals technically couldn't have the tags they give, so I called the older gentleman, sweetheart. So he ended up donating the $45 that he technically overpaid. So a lot of that's the other donations. A lot of supply donations came in. Yeah, that's another thing. When I put out that we were having the issues, I did an Amazon wish list, and yeah. The one order that somebody sent was $500 worth of stuff. So, yeah, our community is very amazing. Claims, pretty much normal. Did have an axle shift repair on the van and oil change and just tires rotation. The Rescue Connect is the computer program, or lease, and then the Tiffany the Cocker, that's the last invoice we'll have on any of the Cockers. That will clear our bill at Paws and Claws.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Last month, I asked about how it works with the city of Freeport when you pick up strays from the city. I don't recall what you had told me. Is there?
So it's not we pick up, they like transfer them over basically. But when the new building we'll definitely need to do a contract with them.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, for instance, Monday, this was our last Monday to take animals to the college. They're on break. So I'm like, all our dogs are done. And I knew they had like 4 dogs that were, stray hold times were surrendered over. And I'm like, it'd be good, even if we don't end up transferring them, to take them with our animals that I was taking and get them vaccinated. That way it's one step that, one, they're done, nobody has to pay for it. So I took those 4 dogs, 3 of them are nice, we're keeping, the one is not nice. And so, yeah, so they're taking her back, and
Who's they?
the city's gonna take her back, cause she actually did nip.
Okay.
Stray whole time, and then she'll be put to sleep.
Yeah, we'll have to have an intergovernmental agreement.
Yep.
Do you have anyone you can talk to as far as finding out if something has been done with other animal control agencies with municipalities, so we don't have to recreate the wheel?
I can talk to Gwen with Joe Davis,
Okay.
because they do Dubuque, and they're interested in pairing up with us too.
What does that mean, pairing up with
Like
us?
having us do an agreement, like right now, she has to take her animals to Dubuque,
Mhm.
which is the state lines, so she has to get a health certificate plus the rabies, so it's costing owners like over $200 to reclaim their dogs. Where if we make it where she pays so much money for us to house them, and then the owner would pay the pickup fee or whatever.
Will you have enough kennels to do something like that?
We should. She doesn't pick up that many. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, technically, the little dog I was talking about that was crossing lines, somebody picked her up in Stephenson County and took her into Joe Davis, and then Gwen called me, I'm like, well, let's meet at Lena, I guess. So we ended up meeting at Stockton because she was in that area, so, yeah, she doesn't pick up that many animals.
Okay.
And I think she has a lot of rescues that will take the cats, so that would be.
And are you tracking all of those right now? When you pick an animal up, like this one from Stockton, are you keeping a log of?
Yeah.
This is not-
Each animal that comes in to our facility has a number.
But you're
and-
documenting that's not an animal from Stephenson County.
That one was Stephenson County. She was actually at the cheese plant when she was picked up.
Okay.
And then they took her across county lines.
Okay.
Cause I think they lived in Stockton or wherever. I don't know where Gwen actually picked her up, but that one legit was ours when it was picked up.
If you can work with Georgia on intergovernmental agreements.
Yeah, and I'll ask Gwen
January.
if she has one of her old leases, contracts with, because right now she's running with no contract. Since June, she's like, I've asked, they haven't given me one, so we're just,
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
yeah,
If
well,
we're gonna
no,
Take them in and we're gonna have
Yeah.
our own space, they're gonna have to be in agreement.
exactly, I don't know why, I guess Dubuque's kind of gone down where they're not no-kill either, so I don't know what's all going on over there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Chairman Helms, you wanted to draw a distinction between county animals and animals from Freeport in city limits.
Any municipality, anything that's not in the unincorporated areas.
So I'm wondering if Joe Davis is the county to do that in. Because Galena, what's the city?
I think,
Wondering if Winnebago would be a better option.
I think Joe Davis covers, I think Gwen covers everything, even like, yeah, that might not be a good.
But you can look at it and see it.
Yeah.
It may be easily changed
Yeah.
over to what we're looking
Cause I'm
for.
sure she does the whole, cause Joe Davis isn't as big, I don't think, as Stevenson, right? It's pretty small.
Right, population wise. it's-
Yeah, so I'm thinking she's all of Joe Davis. Yeah, I can look at that one and then maybe talk to Winnebago, cause I think,
Maybe start in Joe Davis, but
yeah, I don't know if. I meant, yeah, but I think Winnebago, I think they just have tons more officers, so I think they carry everything, but
Regardless, work with Georgia, try
Yep.
to figure out something we can have for January, so.
Yep. we'll do.
We can start charging the city if they're going to be transferring animals over to our care.
any other comments or questions? Kristen?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
You want me to go first?
Is it my turn?
So
Scott, you're up.
seems like a long time ago, but early November, we finished mowing. That seems like a long time ago right now.
I can tell, it looks nice.
We repaired some shoulders in that same time and patched some potholes with the patcher. Then after that, we started putting equipment away, getting everything winterized and getting the winter equipment ready for snow. Cut brush a few days with our boom mower. That's about all we got in with that. Then we started repairing some guardrail on Pearl City Road. They got damaged. Didn't quite get done before the snow hit, so I need a day for that, and we'll be done with that. And then in the last 2 weeks has just been plowing. So pretty much every day.
Any questions for Scott? Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
Steve?
I guess they'll put together this update. I'll do my best to kind of fill in for him here. What you see there is the plan of projects for next calendar year. We're kind of on the same sort of pattern. We do a cold in place recycling, which is recycling the pavement in an existing road that's mostly federally funded. 80% federally funded, and then we do seal coat work. Some of that is federally funded, some of that's with our motor fuel tax money. And then we do a bridge or 2 or 3, and then lately Dale's been doing some safety improvements with signage and some other things. The one thing I did want to correct, and this was in the minutes, and I know it's a little bit nitpicky, but the last item, J there, Bolton Road overpass, that's a little bit of a misnomer. We're actually, what we're doing is the underpass. We're redesigning Bolton Road underneath. So it really should be underpass, just so people know we're working on the road. We're not building the bridge for the railroad. So a little bit nitpicky, but our engineers are always nitpicky. So do you have any questions on the 2026 construction projects? What I'd just like to add, things that we're working on here in the office, we are finishing up this year's bridge inspections. This month we have 44 to do, and that's of county bridges and township bridges. We have 44 bridges, which last month we had a little bit less. October was around 30. Alan McNutt, who's our inspector, has kind of laid out this program over the years he's been here. So just because during the summer season, we're busy with construction projects, he pushed everything as far as bridge inspections toward the fall and the early winter. So yeah, December got loaded and we're trying to finish that up. The deadlines are very important to get bridge inspection reports submitted to IDOT. On that same note, Dale and I attended a meeting at the District 2 IDOT last week, where IDOT and their consulting group is rolled out their program for taking over bridge inspections. They'll be doing it for this region here, but includes Stephenson County. So we'll be turning over that program to them. Now that's interestingly timed, since Alan McNutt is retiring, he's our inspector. I'm the bridge program manager, but so they laid out that program for us. That'll start in January. So we'll see how that goes. We'll be doing some assistance, just giving them our files and whatever they need, and even taking them on tours of our bridges and so forth. So we'll have to see how that works out. We're also meeting with the townships right now to lay out their general maintenance programs for 2026. We met with a couple already. We're trying to get them. They're busy plowing too, but we normally get caught between the harvest and the plowing and trying to get them to lay out their program, because we're going to be going out for bid. I think we're trying for March, so we got to get all their stuff that we put in the bid package, submit to IDOT. If we want to March a bid opening, we need to get them. So that's what we're working on now. And then just an item of interest I wanted to mention, the city of Freeport has a big project to build a lot of sanitary sewer main and other things on Walnut Road, a big lift station. So you're going to see a lot of activity on Walnut Road this year. Right now, they're working on the sanitary lift station, which is basically a big pump to pump the water that sewage up to go into another, set of sanitary sewers. We didn't know this, but we just did a cold in place recycling of Walnut Road a couple of years ago. So it's basically a brand new rejuvenated pavement, and there's probably going to be a lot of damage to that. So we'll be watching that closely to make sure the city of Freeport replaces it. So, that's pretty much it for me. If there's any questions I can try and answer.
Where on Walnut Road?
Basically from Lamb Road here, all the way north, of Yellow Creek. So
They're working
By
right
the
now
solar
between the
farm.
solar farm and the,
that's
And
the
Lamb
sanitary lift station. It's very deep. And basically, water flows downhill, and so your sewage, and your water your sanitary water treatment plant is the sort of where everything ends up. Well, if you can't get it all there by gravity flow and some of your sewers are deeper, then you have to have a pump station that lifts it up to other sewers to then drain by gravity to the treatment plant. So, it's a really extensive project they'll have, very deep installation, stuff like that. And again, I'm very much worried about Walnut Road, making sure whatever damage is done to the pavement gets replaced and so forth. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that. So that'll be impacting traffic and stuff. They're working on the lift station. They're going to finish that, and that's off the right. It's in the right of way, but it's somewhat off of it too. They'll finish that up and then stop for the winter, so there will be no impacts during the winter, and then they'll resume when spring arrives and for doing the actual sewer installation. So when they first rolled out this project and I was reviewing the plans, I was pretty concerned about the timing of it and how it might impact Scott's plowing operations, but they assured us that they'd be out of the way.
Is there any sort of agreement in place that if they damage the road, that they will repair it?
Well, it was part of the permit, the utility, the permit and then I made it very clear to them that, they had areas marked out on their engineering plans that were part of attached to the permit, that they thought would be damaged, and I said, well, that's okay, but we'll base it on Scott actually going out there once they're done and marking out areas of the actual pavement that's damaged, and that'll be what they'll be required to replace, so. I mean, we could try to play, they were looking at basically the whole northbound lane is being replaced, which is, again, nice and surgical, but things don't usually work out that way. So whatever is damaged because of the construction, and we'll.
Had a big old crane sitting on it.
Well, so. But I just want to make folks aware of that, so that'll be a big project. Any other questions I can answer?
Before we move from the highway, I have a question for you, Scott. Did you get your grader back?
Yes, and we used it, it's all good. Yep, no problem.
And the fleet of trucks is, after all the snow plowing that you've done, we're still.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. That's all we need to hear.
Yeah, no, hasn't been a problem, so.
Anybody got anything else? Highway. Okay. Then we'll move on to Brian with the budget.
everything, I mean, as of the end of November, everything was on schedule. I mean, budget was balanced. I mean, I'm just not looking forward to the payroll, this pay period, fuel usage and salt usage. I mean, that's gonna take I don't know what that's gonna make the budget look like, but that's gonna take a big chunk out because, I mean, Scott, the last few years, we haven't had very much over, I mean, like with snow plowing and stuff like that, and you get one, I mean, like you go 2 weeks, pretty much, you guys have been plowing, I mean, like.
It's been all on the weekends, that's.
Yeah, so.
Happens Saturday after Thanksgiving and Sunday, and then this last Sunday, and.
You were telling me, I mean, about 750 gallons a day if they're running.
Yeah, if the trucks are out
So that's
on hard
about
for a
15,
full.
or that's probably gonna be close to $2,000 for 1 day of fuel. And for, just say 10 days, that's 20 grand right there. So hopefully this pay period is also the union raise, So the salary will be figured into that, and that was, I mean, we tried to figure it in when we set the budget a year ago or whatever, but you just didn't know. So, as of right now, as of November 30th, it was balanced. I still feel like it will be balanced, but if we have 2-3 more weeks of snow like this, ice and stuff, it could be close, but.
We won't, don't worry.
Scott put it in the air, so it's not
It's
happening.
not approved.
Your lips are
Till
not
January.
here.
Thanks for putting that in the air. We appreciate it.
Any questions for Brian?
No more snow, I'm with that.
All right,
No more ice.
we're gonna move on to old business 7.1, the discussion and the approval of the animal control lease agreement at the Meadows Truck.
So the stuff highlighted in yellow is what was changed from the original one that you guys see with the date, Galena being fixed, some wording, being fixed on it. I'm gonna get a copy that doesn't have the highlighted for county board. We did add the lawn care and snow removal of the parking lot. We're just responsible for like the ramp where people walk up, but everything else is done by the company they hired. And then we did it as a 3-year lease.
On the first page, in paragraph 3, the use of the premises, that sentence that's highlighted didn't make any sense to me, so it contradicted itself. So we added the word "not" to that sentence. That was the only change that, other than adding the dates into the first page. On the second page, we added real estate in front of the word taxes at the very, very top. And just so we're clear on what taxes we were talking about. Lawn care, snow removal added to the parking lot and utilities paragraph. Page 3. Just on my copy, I had this highlighted just because I wanted to point it out to the committee.
On 10.
It's the very bottom of the page, talking about alterations to the premises. It's very common in commercial real estate to have what's called a triple net lease, and that's the rent, the insurance, and the taxes all together as one payment. It's all included, and the leasee pays it. The other thing that's common to it is if you make improvements to those, to that building or those premises, on your exit, those improvements become the property of the landlord. And that's pretty much what this very bottom sentence says: all alterations and additions to the premises, whether they were paid for by the landlord or the tenant, shall become the landlord's property. And it's not surprising to me, but I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that.
That would be basically anything that can't be removed,
Yeah, which in your mind would be what?
probably outside fencing. Like even that, depends on how we do the outside dog runs and the inside dog kennels and cat cages we can remove. Nothing's gonna be attached to walls. So probably anything outdoors maybe. They can be removed too. Probably just the outer fence that, if we do a fence all all on the backside, so if anybody gets loose, they're still contained.
Are you going to create any additional walls inside
No.
the facility?
Nope.
Okay,
Mm-mm. Everything how it is staying how it is inside.
okay.
The walls have been done.
Have you talked to the city of Freeport about getting a permit to put up a fence?
Not yet. Cause we won't be doing that until March. We're just gonna use the 2 play yards that exist for now.
On the first page, back to the first page again. Let's see where to go. In paragraph, section 1, in the address, the parties agree that the portion of said address is to be used by the tenant and is described in the attached exhibit. I haven't seen any exhibit.
I didn't either.
So is there a plan to have a drawing of the building? Just making that note.
Before it goes to the full board, that would probably
Yeah,
be worthwhile.
I meant,
We do like looking at maps.
you want a map is what you're saying?
Steve could engineer it for
There
us.
you go, yeah.
So if I go over there tonight and then I bring it to you
With
tomorrow,
the you are here dot. there.
yes. And I want to pass how you go in and out properly.
I'm sorry, I don't want you to move out of here. We like
Yeah,
having
he's
you
not
here,
gonna
so
help
I'm not
me.
doing anything to help that.
He's mad. Everybody's mad.
Kristen is part of the family, we don't want to lose her, but I understand.
Gonna have to be agreed upon by those guys too, right?
Yeah,
Are you going to have,
Too.
are you going to have full run of what they own?
No, that's the reason why I think that sentence is important, because it's not gonna be the,
no,
not 100% of the building.
yeah, no, it's not.
Good point.
I'm not sure what page this is, 4, I guess it is. And repairs and maintenance, just a small typo in there about the, entry on Exchange Street. So I'm not aware of Exchange Street anywhere near Meadows Drive.
Yeah, we talked, he's like, I copied and pasted from a lease that
So
was
we
pretty
got that
good,
cleaned
so.
up. And then in the next page, in paragraph 14, that there is language in there about what happens when the 3 years is up. And basically, the way it reads to me is if we have anything left in that building at all at the end of the 3 years, in other words, January 1 of 2029, the landlord has the option to be able to, and not us, but the landlord has the option to come in and give us another contract month to month, or it can be on an annual basis. But if we want out of that facility at that time, we have to be done with having anything in there on January 1st. There is a 5% escalation. It's an annual increase. With what the monthly payment is, it's only amounts to $50. I don't find that to be exorbitant by any means. Pretty much takes us through it. Any concerns, questions?
You'll be able to get that exhibit from Tony Coon before Thursday, actually by Tuesday.
Email him tonight probably. I don't think there is one. I think that was part of the copy and paste. We didn't
Although
see
he
it.
just needs to remove it.
So would you guys be okay if we don't have one to remove it? Or do you want one?
I'd be inclined to say a map would be useful, rather than just removing. Or just the point you brought up. Even if it is a typo, it might be better.
I'm pretty sure it is, but like I said, he copied and pasted from one that was similar that would work. So, okay.
And yes, I will help you if you need it.
Oh,
Well, we want the map from them. We don't.
Right.
I don't want you creating a
Right.
map.
Okay.
It's their contract, it's their building.
Right.
Sure.
On 23, that indemnity, are we good with that? There's no-
I'm sorry, where now?
On 23, the last page,
Oh, that's big.
indemnity, is there concern with that if there's like major issues or something?
It's just a standard hold and
I mean,
harmless.
it's standard, but
Hold and harmless is language that's kind of in the contract 2 or 3 other places.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Shouldn't be a problem.
The one concern I have with the thing is, it says that the county has the authority to enter into this agreement. We don't know if the person signing this has authority to represent Sir Parks a Lot LLC. We assume that they do, but there's no language in here that states explicitly that that's the case. I don't know, and this has been sent to Carl, but he hasn't weighed in on it yet. So,
but liability has had it also.
liability has approved it. Chairman Helms, did you have anything that you saw in the lease that you were concerned about?
Like, just making sure we're not materially changing the structure of the building.
No.
Any work that's done on those properties or on the property itself technically would have to fall under prevailing wage,
Okay.
even if you have volunteers. Have you talked to the liability about having volunteers doing this type of work?
No,
Yeah, that concerns me a little bit.
okay.
I guess what plans do you have besides the fence? I mean, are you putting anything into the walls?
No.
Bolting anything to the floor?
Nope. The fence is the only like permanent thing that will be the outer fence, which will improve it for them because it will be fully fenced in.
I guess we'll have to find out about having volunteers work there. There should be some sort of a waiver that they would have to
Yeah.
sign. but
Oh,
really,
definitely.
if they got hurt, the waiver doesn't mean much
Right.
anyway. But if you're using tax dollars to erect something, I'm pretty sure it falls under prevailing wage.
That's unfortunate. If you have volunteers, they still have to be paid to finish.
How much is the fence gonna cost?
That's,
It's Illinois.
that's,
Like
yeah,
put
that's
up.
still right there for you.
Can you use the GoFundMe money?
Not here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in your regular packet,
Oh,
all the supplies again. I printed that out.
Something you have to figure out tonight. but
Right.
We're gonna have to find out about that as far as volunteers constructing on behalf of the county.
okay, you said small
So-
plate.
So, on this itemized sheet that Kristen has, the outside kennels, there's 3 of them. 3 line items, I should say, that total $5,700. So,
So in like the ones that say, so it would be the play yards mainly. So the outside kennels are already like prefab, they're the like kennel panels. So those I can do.
And you can pick those up and take them
Yeah,
away at the end of the lease.
yeah, those outside kennels will come with us. It's the play yards.
It's the play yard, so we're talking, what, about $1,200?
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
So then my comment is, can you use the GoFundMe money and have your volunteers do it?
I would think the answer to that is yes,
Well, that's
because there's donation money that's well over 1,200 today,
correct.
so.
And that's why I'm, I don't wanna reinvent the wheel. I don't
Right.
wanna have to give us more paperwork.
Right,
Is there a way that we can justify it?
right, having
my-
GoFundMe pay for that and that way.
Correct. I mean, because technically, whatever you promised the people for GoFundMe is going to be taken care of anyway. You
Right.
promised them. a
Well, and the
plaque or a-
GoFundMe isn't like the donations that are coming in, like the 500,000, we're telling them this is what it's for. Where the GoFundMe isn't, it's for for over there, general, for that building, yes.
Correct. So I'm just offering a possibility
Okay.
to get around your question. Scott,
We'll have to,
determine
you'll
that.
Carl,
Right.
have to have somebody weigh in on it,
Carl has to look at that.
you know, it's nothing we can decide here.
Nope,
Does anyone have any other concerns about the lease?
Where did you see Exchange Street on this?
it was taken out, it was where,
It's fine, I don't, as long as it's out.
it was under 11, the
Um,
entry, sidewalk and the entries, it had exchange on there.
to answer your question, Brian, about whether or not Yvonne is it Schulte?
Shooting,
Is the manager of Sir Barks-a-Lot LLC. I mean, isn't being an LLC a corporation?
It's
The-
two women that have that.
Well, I'm just wondering, I'm sure they've got some kind of documents.
Yeah.
That shows their partnership or their corporations or their limited partnership. So if we saw that, would that make you more comfortable?
Yeah, or perhaps a copy of the deed, whatever we can, there should be articles of,
Incorporation,
for the LLC,
correct,
so.
yeah. So if that would make you, that's what I would suggest. If that would,
She's gonna sign on behalf of them as well, right? I mean, so she's putting her name on the line.
Yeah.
Saying that
right,
Yeah,
it's there, so
Yeah.
if it's not there, then she's in trouble.
right.
there's no personal guarantee, which comes with a lot of LLCs, but, unless there's more questions, what is the pleasure of the committee? Mr. Hernandez.
Move to approve with the changes you asked for in, agreement.
The drawing of the premises.
Right.
Anything else you'd like to see? Anything else?
LLC paperwork. Part of that.
I would say yes, I'm glad that's what I would go
With the LLC,
with.
documentation,
Those two items.
Corporate resolution,
corporate resolutions, yes, thank you.
I'll show who can conduct business on behalf of the
Yes.
corporation.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion?
Seconded,
Mr. Myro,
who made the motion first?
Mr. Newton was with the motion. All those in favor say aye. The lease is approved. This will be presented to Carl again. I'll get that out to him, all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moving to new business. 8.1 is the approval of the contract for SRF Consulting.
Brian, I'll ask for your help on this one. If you have anything, I don't know too much about this one. Dale's been handling most of it. This is just for a study to eliminate at-grade railroad crossings, if that's even feasible. Looking at just either a bridge over for the railroad or a bridge over for the highway. So I know railroads are always very interested in eliminating at-grade crossings, and so doing an in-depth engineering study to see the feasibility of it is important. So
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple times in the past. We received a grant, an 80-20 grant that got paying for that. So, yeah, we finally got the consultant, SRF. We've had a couple, just Zoom meetings with them and things like that, but, once they start the actual, looking at the grade crossings, and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, we received a grant for that, and then we'll be looking at all I think there was 26 of them throughout the county. And we'll make recommendations on what should be done with them.
So, this is an 80-20.
Max of 60,000.
The max.
for the county, right?
Yeah, just under 60,000. So, and also I have something I'd like to read here to the committee, because this came from Mr. Rasmussen, knowing he was going to be absent. And he said, both contracts on this agenda for our committee meeting are being paid with federal funds, since federal funds are being used for engineering. The Qualifications-Based Selection Act applies. Consultants were selected in accordance with the qualifications-based selection process for procurement of professional services as adopted by Stephenson County March 16th, 2023. So pretty much it's cut and dried selection process being driven by procedures that have already been approved by the committee. So, any questions? Is there a motion to approve the SRF contract?
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Monroe. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Is there a,
Yeah, and it looks like the actual contract needs to be signed too.
Well, that'll go down to the county board, but they just need to sign.
This one,
Yep.
so pass this around, there's 3
Yep.
copies.
Yep.
Writer's screen time. How's it taken, huh?
Yeah, no, I mean, I could go back.
I should start with.
Then it ends with you. What could we guess the same thing would happen?
Gotcha.
Think about circles.
yeah.
That's all it was. We could have did a different routine.
Just keep those, together.
Can I just hand this right to you then?
Yep, when they're all signed up, I'll take it.
Okay, moving on to 8.2, the approval of the contract for Hutchison Engineering.
Again, I rely heavily on Brian for this one.
This is,
Another study but this one's.
this is an actual grant that just, we, did, apply for some, safety grants, federal grants. And this is actually 100%, or
80,
Not-
no, 80-20.
80-20, it looks like.
okay, Oh, yeah, okay, it's 80/20, but the engineering is also included in that. Where, so it's just, for like chevrons, like the arrow signs, rumble strips, stop signs with, flashing red beacons.
Solar powered ones that you.
Yeah, just to make the roads safer, and I think it's a minimal, I'm not sure what the total cost of to the county.
Yeah, minimal.
The 20
And that's also gonna be split a percentage through the townships also. So that's not even a total amount to the county. So we'll get reimbursed from like the townships portion.
And I'm sorry, once again, this is just the resolution.
Correct, and then the county board will have to sign.
I need a motion to approve the Hutchison agreement.
Sure.
Motion by Mr. Jordan, seconded by Mr. Monroe. Questions, discussion?
Yeah, is this related to the, big safety assessment from the past year? Had a very specific name, but the
The
recommendation.
HSIP, yeah, yes, it's similar to the, like, the guardrail projects that if you've been around the county, we've extended a few culverts in McConnell and Galena Road, and a bunch of guardrail and stuff, and it's an HSIP grant.
IDOT has a program that they normally fund on a regular basis for
Yeah.
these kind of safety improvements. Yeah.
Because I knew, like, the last time the report was basically some signage, and it sounded like that's what this was,
Yes,
so I just
correct.
assumed they were the same.
Yeah, we applied for a roundabout for the
Yeah,
HSIP,
yeah.
we didn't get that, and this is basically the least amount that the state,
Consolation prize?
yeah, exactly. So,
Let's call it what it is.
At least we didn't lose a turn.
or bank.
Go directly to jail.
Yeah.
It has to.
We have a motion to approve it in a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved.
Show you that one quickly.
Yeah, you are sharp. And you even folded the papers over.
I saw that I should have done that. Like I said, I try to learn quickly.
Oh, to be blessed with a short name.
Okay, moving on to 8.3, we have a culvert reimbursement for half the cost of a Jefferson Township culvert.
And this one I do know about, but, just a standard, normal culvert replacement. We, do offer a cost sharing with the townships. It's been a while since we've done one of these. But yeah, Jefferson Township's replaced a culvert on Path Road. And they've gotten the bids in and we got a price, and so it's about $7,000. And so we'll be, using county bridge funds for about half of that, so. Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve, and second?
Second.
By Mrs. Williams. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved.
Not on the ball.
This guy?
Just 2 copies of this, Brian, or?
Doesn't have to go to the state or.
Yeah.
Always makes us worried too.
Oh,
There's gotta be more.
Pick one number, yeah.
Maybe Brown will go higher.
It's messier and messier.
What number is state off another?
Sure.
Everything.
Last item under new business is 8.4, the approval and discussion of the mailbox policy.
And, my heart goes out to Brian and Scott this time of year when we have to deal with this issue. I don't know what prompted this. Is this just something that Dale would like to put on the Facebook page or something?
Yeah, I think Scott said too, we'd just like to have an ordinance, or like, I don't even think it's an ordinance. just
Policy
a
is-
Policy that, because it's different with everybody throughout the county, like sometimes we'll fix it, sometimes. Just to have a standard policy that we can let the, anybody calling in know, like what the county's policy is.
So to me, it looks like the main policy is if the plow hit the mailbox, we will repair it. If the snow from the plow hit the mailbox, we won't.
Oh, people don't want to hear that.
Not that we're out there trying to take them down, but I mean, a majority of mailboxes that are taken off the post are pretty well on their way to falling over or down with some weather. Rotten posts, people love to put those plastic ones out there because they look so nice, and when it's 10 degrees or lower and snow or ice hits that plastic, it just boom. It just shatters it. It's junk. So, and I think part of the policy in there, you have to forgive me, I don't remember, I read it, but does it say what kind we'll put up? Just a standard?
Similar sized and style within reason.
And just standard. A lot of times what we'll do then is we will make a post that's made out of a sign post material. We'll attach one of those metal boxes to the top of it. We drive a base in the ground. That way in the wintertime, which is usually when it happens, we can drive a base through the frost rather than dig a hole for a wood post. It's probably not the most aesthetic mailbox, but it does that's what I have. And it's never broke. It's probably been out there for 20 years and I've had zero problems with it. So that pretty much sums up what the policy is.
And again, this will get posted to the web.
Correct, it will be on Facebook and then it'll also be on the county website.
And this email address is a valid email address. Just
No,
double check.
it goes to.
It's yours, right?
Yeah.
Or a Nigerian prince or something.
Committee chairman.
We're not sure where that's.
Hazard. of the
It goes to
job.
one of the dogs at the shelter, actually.
Now, I have a question, on this. When you go to this link, they're just gonna get a standard map, right?
They'll get a map of the county and like,
And they're not gonna get it like color coded or anything like that.
I mean,
This was a suggestion I had when Dale first put this out, because I put together a map that shows just the county highways, because a lot of people don't know the different jurisdictions, mostly people in the townships do, but just as far as, explaining, here's what the state highway is, that's IDOT jurisdiction. Here's a map of the county highways. This is the one, if you're on one of these, and it is color coded, so people can,
but
I
just
did
the
not know
county
you are
roads,
here,
not
but-
like the township roads.
Yeah, just the county, just the
Correct.
county roads.
Yeah.
Correct.
Perfect, it's fine.
And we just, like, again, we just wanted this for like a standard county policy, like, we can, if they call in, we can tell them, oh, per our policy, this is just, I mean, again, Scott's always good with, like, if it's,
Yeah, I mean,
An older lady,
don't get me
like-
wrong, if there's an elderly lady that has a large mailbox, you know, we've ran into this a couple of times, they need to get their medicine. I'll make exceptions to help people out. We're not just gonna, you're on your own, you know, that type of thing. But it gets to the point where everybody calls in, and then sometimes they're mad, then you go out and try to fix it after the storm's over or see what's going on, they've already got it back up. Yeah, so,
How many are we talking?
I was gonna ask him.
I don't know, what, he had a half a dozen maybe
I was
in
gonna
the
say half a
past 2
dozen
weeks,
this last- yeah. I
probably.
mean, so it's not like a huge amount, but and Scott can tell, like, when he goes to these mailboxes, like, if it's not in very good shape prior to him hitting it and stuff like that, he could,
I mean,
like, one he hit and it
It's
was
obvious
on a
when,
wooden board.
when they're hit by
rotted
a
and
plow or a
stuff.
wing, and
When it's
most of
snow.
the time, yeah, I can tell. I mean, it's not that hard to tell. And most of the time, the driver knows.
You're actually hitting 6 a year roughly?
No. That's the number of calls we
Yeah,
have.
like, that's from like,
You're actually getting hit.
oh, I would say probably
Well,
maybe one, I mean, like, yeah,
maybe one or two.
so not very,
It's not extravagant, but
I just can't imagine you hit any, honestly.
But it's time consuming.
well,
One. I heard one.
I haven't, yeah, I mean, me personally, in the time that I plowed, I can't recall that I did any, but.
None that he knows of.
But it's time consuming for you to go out and check these incidences when they come in and.
Well, it does get costly too. I mean, over time, when you send somebody out, you know, you're running back and forth to grab, you know, stuff, because you get out there and you don't have exactly what you need to repair it. And when you have to buy a new mailbox, just to appease somebody, and so it does get costly. And I think that policy is pretty much in line with other counties. I think Dale sent an email out to see what other counties did, and this is pretty much in line with their policies, so. It's nothing major or out of the ordinary.
It's fine with me. Pleasure of the committee. Is there a move to approve?
Sure.
Moved by Mr. George, second by Mr. Williams. Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Motion is approved. Comments from the committee members? Anyone have anything they'd like to bring up?
I'd like to thank any person who had to give up their weekend to plow snow.
2 weekends.
2 weekends to plow snow. And there'll probably be future thank yous.
Scott loves it.
Yeah.
He lives, that's in his adrenaline rush.
I've seen worse.
Thank you. Anyone else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All those in favor? Thank you all.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah.